Welcome back to K2TV Sports Corner.
Welcome back to Sports Corner, everyone. I'm now joined by Bobby Jones, former Michigan State defensive tackle and now motivational speaker. Bobby, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to have you on the desk with me. Tell me a little bit about your time as a Michigan State athlete.
Yeah, Michigan State came out of junior college as the #2 junior college defensive end in the country, number 26 play overall. It was crazy. You know, the publications went nuts. I went out to Michigan State, and the experience alone is probably one of the best experiences I've had in my life. You know, being a Division I athlete, playing in front of 90,000 at home. When you go to Michigan, you're playing in front of 114, Ohio State 106 at the Horseshoe. And so it was an amazing time. Unfortunately, though, for me, I wasn't able to actually hold on to the responsibility of a Division I athlete, and so I fell into some trouble.
And that caused you to make some big life changes over these last few years. What was that driving factor in making a change from your college experience to your adulthood?
Yeah, great question. A lot of it was an identity piece. I was kind of tired of everything falling into football's the only thing I could ever do, the only gift that I had, and it was causing me issues. It caused an alcohol addiction. It caused a lot of other things with my self-esteem, and so I was kind of tired of this. I want to put this behind me once and for all, and I'm really ready to move forward, and so I decided to make a change to come out to the other side.
That's an incredible change. We unfortunately see this more often than not in college athletes. They are away from home, they're in different atmospheres, and they kind of fall out of line with who they really are. What would be your one piece of advice to college athletes that are maybe going off and starting fresh or just wanting to stay on that path?
The biggest advice I can give is put it in front of you, the perspective of it's an opportunity that not a lot of people get, right? It's a small percentage of people that get to play at that level, and put it in front of you and put everything in perspective and actually understand that free education that you're getting is something you can use for your future and to go on. Football is going to end one day. 9 times out of 10, it's going to end a lot sooner than you think it will. So understanding that that's not the only thing that you'll be able to do one day, and if you can do that, I promise you'll be in a pretty good place when you leave after those 4 or 5 years.
I think that's a great piece of advice as a former college athlete. Tell us how you're striving to make a difference and how you're planning on changing students' perspectives and student athletes' perspectives too.
Yeah, I want people to become the best version of who they're created to be, and I want them to understand that they are worth it, they're valuable, and there's things that you can do to set yourself up for your future. A lot of these young kids are making choices that they don't know they're going to affect them big time down the road. And I want them to know that, hey, if you make good choices now, when you get out of high school, when you get out of college, you'll set yourself up for the real world, because we also live in a false reality today that we're entitled to everything we want, right? And that's just not feasible. And so I just want people to understand that there's purpose in your life and things you go through that adversity. You can get to the other side and make a difference and have purpose outside of just sports or anything else.
Purpose, that's a great word there. What's been a big takeaway from your experience in college that you now translate into your motivational speaking?
I think more importantly, looking ahead and not just living in the moment, right? When I played football, it was always the next day, the next day, the next day. And sometimes the choices I made in the moment affected my future. So being able to understand that, hey, I see the bigger picture here, and I know that the things I'm doing right now, even as an adult, right, at 34 years old, even the things that I'm doing right now can still affect me, you know, the choices I'm making. So just understanding all that.
Tell us some more about the things that you are doing now. You've traveled this country, you've traveled outside of the country. Tell us a little bit about your motivational speaking.
So if you really, believe it or not, it happened by accident. I was just trying to live a better life. I went to treatment January 2nd, 2015, and I said, I got to live a different way.
Amazing.
And, I said, I just want to do something big. Well, I got invited to go speak to my old high school football team. They shared some pictures, and someone else called me and said, hey, can you come speak to my kids? And that happened probably 3 or 4 more times. That was 5 years ago last month.
Wow.
And so it kind of happened by accident, but people were taken to the story.
Yeah.
And they loved the authenticity, and they could relate. So I said, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. As like a calling, and I love that too. So you're new to Casper, just moved here. How can maybe parents, coaches, schools get in touch with you to have you come in and talk to their kids? So
my website is bobbyjonesspeaks.com. You email the email on there is bobbyjonesbooking@gmail.com on there. We will answer you. We would love to be able to get out there, and I would love to speak to your student athletes, your student body, whoever you see fit for my message.
Awesome. Thanks so much for chatting with me today, Bobby.
Thanks.
Make sure you check out Bobby Jones on Facebook or at his webpage, bobbyjonesspeaks.com. We'll be right back after the break with some more Sports Corner.